Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic, Star Trek Book Review, Phase 3. Today's installment shall be the Star Trek Concordance by Bijo Trimble. Now, if you're a Trek fan and you appreciate the fact that it's existing 50 years later, a lot of it has to do with Bijo Trimble. And he goes, this book is not approved or licensed by any entity involved in the creating or producing of Star Trek. He goes, at last, Bijo's Trimble's legendary Star Trek Concordance has been updated for a whole new generation. It includes an A to Z lexicon of terms, an informative plot synopsis, and of every televised episode and major motion picture, including characters from the original series. With thousands of facts, hundreds of inspired illustrations, this book is a source of delight and a fountain of knowledge for even the most scholarly and devoted fan. So, I think this probably predates the Star Trek Encyclopedia. And it's very, very similar, if not exactly like that. And this was from 1995. This was... well, it mentions the 30th anniversary in 96. But, yeah, so this is semi-30th anniversary. Okay. And you kind of start out by the alphabetical lists of episodes and movies with lexicon code. I have no idea what that means. Oh, first live action series, second live action, animated, theatrical, and it goes up to Deep Space Nine. And you pretty much have illustrations and not actual photos of whatever it is they're referencing here. That was a weird episode. City on the Edge of Forever. The Nitpicker's Guide to the Classic Trek is similar to this as well, as far as the information is concerned. But they do have a list of, the entire cast of whatever episode they're referring to, which is kind of neat, because Chekhov's boy number 1, Bob Cast. Chekhov's boy number 2, Bob Clark. So it's, they even got the stunt doubles, too. So, it's kind of nice to know everybody in the episode, not just, the main players, quote-unquote. So, they basically go chronologically. So, the first part of the book is all on, the original series, and I do like the fact that they included the animated series too. Grossly underappreciated. It's really, really good. Them was interesting. You've got up to 5, 6 generations, and it goes up to generations for the movie. And of course, I don't think it goes all the way to the end of the, well, probably not to the end of the next gen. And then you have basically a dictionary in the back, where it goes alphabetically: neutral zone, neutrality, non-network sensory stasis, which I think is probably, oh, that's what they mean by lexicon. So you refer to the back of the book. So there's similar books out there, but not quite put together the way this is. This one actually has the actors in the back here. Kay Elliott played Stella Mudd, and she was born May 14th, and she lived up until 1982. See, Terry Farrell, born 64, who played Jadzia Dax, for the two people who might not know. So there's information like that in the back, which is really kind of cool. And again, I've had that information in another book that I don't know if made it into the first 2 series or not. Production, cross-reference. There's a lot of different information in here, which is really kind of cool. And there's different quotes on the back, too. Nobody knows more about Star Trek than Bijou Trimble. She taught me a thing or two, and I love that, and that was from Shatner. Mind-numbingly detailed, brain-warpingly galactic, eye-burningly intensive, teeth-achingly expansive, and above all, chimerically indispensable, and that's from George Takei. Arthur C. Clarke has written a note. The author of the authorized biography of Gene Roddenberry has written something. So, and this was $20 originally from a Citadel Press book. Citadel Press, so it's kind of one of those obscure things. Definitely, if you don't want to get a bunch of, like the encyclopedia or the odds and ends books, this is sort of the condensed version of all those other books. So, definitely worth having in your collection if you don't want all the other books, but you can find most of the information in the other books. But I love just how detailed it is, and having something by Bijou Trimble too, who is sort of legendary in the Trek world, is awesome in and of itself. So definitely worth a look. And most of these books, if not all, could probably be found on Amazon. Definitely on the cheap too if you get them used. Doubt they'd be very Kindle-like. This one would probably get away with being Kindle because you got just sort of doodles for pictures. So another B. Some of these I'm like, this looks pretty good, so I'll have to go through them again. The pictures actually aren't bad, the drawings. I'm rather kind of impressed. So, what do you think, Phil? Awesome?
Definitely.
Thank you for watching. Do comment down below if any of the books I've mentioned you've read and your opinions on them in any of the series of my Trek book reviews. Do rate a thumbs up for cool people like Bijou Trimble. And subscribe. There's always room for one more at the Strange and Exotic. See you next time. Live long and prosper.